Well, hello. How are we doing today? I'm back with some Sherlock Holmes. So excited. Love this game. I may or may not have cheated. Just a tiny bit. In between streams, because I was struggling at the end of last stream to work out what we needed to do. But I think I've solved it. I was on the right track. Well, I've got to get changed. I just didn't quite do exactly the right thing, I believe. So let's find somewhere that we can get changed real quick. Around this corner we might be safe. I don't know, there's police in there. Nope, we're okay. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Wrong buttons on everything. We need to look like the sailor again. Where is that? That's police. Where has my sailor outfit gone? Excuse me. Slavic gangster. Very important one right there. Master sleuth, greatest detective, Sherlock suit, widow outfit, Slavic gangster, black box, worker's apron, navy officer. There it is. I just scrolled past it like 4 times. I mean, that one. Get rid of the beard. Looks a bit silly in this outfit. Okay, so I think what I need to do. Go in here. And then we can go through this door. This door opens. I discovered this door opens. Anyway, now that we're in here, we can use our key to open his door.
A little austere for my taste.
Okay. Let's go. What have we got? Something to look at here. They've moved.
There are scratches on the floor. The locker was moved.
That's why my sound sounds weird. Let me turn that off. Ooh. Turn off the music so that we can hear the game music and the game audio a little better. I also was playing from my PC recently, which you have to turn the desktop volume way down, and then this one you have to turn it back up. So if there's any weird audio-ness, please let me know. It has changed since the last time we played from the PlayStation. Okay, so since our last meeting, I've been dreaming of our short time together. But my dreams keep turning into nightmares. I fear that someone will find out. I know what I said before, but I was wrong. I want the life you promised. I'm ready to escape with you. I'll be waiting for you at my house at dawn. Use the entrance with no eagle over it. The servants will expect an Ottoman woman wearing the scarf I gave you. Alrighty then. Sounds like we're going to have to dress as an Ottoman woman.
That's quite a hefty sum. Enough to start a new life.
That's exciting. We need to find this. Oh no,
2
we already have
tickets
the
to
scarf.
London. Would have been a very different ending for the corporal's story.
I think we already have the scarf. Okay, so that's all that. What have we got here?
Being the son of a general must be difficult.
So I just have to turn my volume up a little bit.
Rise all the way to the top. Make me proud, son.
Cool. What else have we got around here? Try to remember to actually use my ping thing. Alright, well that might be all we needed for that one then. Victim profile is now done. Excellent. So this one, that means we need a disguise, and then this one needs to be analysed. Nice rhyming there. If I do say so myself. Okay, so we need 3, 1, and -4. That's interesting. How best do we do this? -2. What that. This one is a little tricky because we can get the -4 just by flipping this one. So that's not too hard. We can get a 2 here, but that would screw up my -4. 3 there. Okay. I mean, okay, so what do these do again? One of them is going to combine them. One is going to swap from positive to negative. One is going to add 1. And one is going to -1. So, I mean, we can do it just by doing 3 -1, 2 -1, and then 4 flipped, I guess. Which isn't actually as bad as I thought. It seemed like it was going to be more than that. But it's not. And that's okay. We can handle this. -1. -1. I may at some point have to do a trophy that requires me to use these ones. Potentially. Actually, what does the help say? Does it say anything about it? I feel like I did this last week. I feel like I checked that last week and it was no difference. It doesn't give me any information. Okay, reverse our polarities. Sure. Don't know if that's quite the right word to use, but I'm gonna use it because it makes me sound like I'm smart. Let's pretend, shall we? Confirm. Excellent. What did we get? Scarf is covered in blood. If I create the right chemical solution, I'll be able to remove the stain without damaging the fabric. Now that I've cleaned the blood off the scarf, I can use it for disguise. Cool. Now we just need to find the Ottoman woman outfit. We have Ottoman man. We don't have Ottoman woman. So let's go buy some new clothes, I guess. Unfortunately. Got to spend some more money. Or we could just borrow. I'm not entirely sure how the borrowing works.
Don't miss out on my unique clothes.
Yes,
Let's pick
this man
something
has
that suits you.
unique clothes, which I believe include an Ottoman woman. Let's rent it. Why not? Okay, so we have the Ottoman woman outfit. Do we need a hat? Mother's hat. Ottoman headscarf. Ooh, that seems good. It seems feminine. We definitely don't
Be
want facial
careful
hair.
with what you've taken.
Okay. And then we want to add our scarf. Where is our scarf? Do I just have it? I don't know how the scarf works exactly. Hopefully I either have put it on or will put it on when I get within the vicinity. I maybe needed some makeup. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if this works. I should switch over to one of these though. Let's pin that, sure. Don't think it'll make too much difference in this instance. Doesn't seem like I need to have anything pinned, which is nice. Okay, so here's the house. We need to go around the back. Oh look, I discovered the location that I've already been to 10 times. Hello ma'am, will you let me through?
You are not welcome here.
Will not let me through. Interesting. Okay. Let's go back to the clothes shop. Hopefully this one will have what I need.
Don't miss out on my unique... Let's pick something that suits you.
Okay, so what else is there? Maybe because I'm wearing the head scarf, I can't wear anything else. Some light makeup. That seems lovely. Let's get some light makeup.
A good choice.
Do I look more feminine now? Can I trick you into letting me in? Servants will expect an Ottoman woman wearing the scarf I gave you. Maybe I have to have the scarf pinned?
You are not welcome here.
Interesting. Let's have another look. See if I can't put the scarf on somewhere. I have the head scarf. Is that making it so that I can't wear a regular scarf? Oh, it covers my nose. I see. I didn't realize that was it. I thought the scarf was red. I guess I'm remembering that incorrectly.
You are expected. Quickly.
There we go. It only took me a couple of tries of ignoring something.
Who are you? Where's Mark? Answer me or I'll call for help.
You will do no such thing, Jalen. We both know it.
How do you know my name? And why are you wearing this scarf? What has happened?
A flood of questions,
sorry,
but I
he's
only
dead.
have one answer. Mark Ridley is dead.
No. This cannot be. You're lying. Tell me you're lying.
Keep your voice down, miss. I don't have time for a lady's hysterics. Mark has been murdered, and I believe that the murderer is part of this house.
No. It was a secret. We were meeting. How could anyone find out?
The truth always comes out one way or another, but enough of this. Tell me, have you seen anything suspicious here?
No, I heard the servants talking about blood near the main entrance, but I didn't think. This is too
Well, near
much
the
for
main
me.
entrance.
I can't.
This man died very far away.
Why did you have to be so mean to her?
I wasn't mean. Now is not the time for pity.
Is that you or your reptilian brain talking?
I mean, I just told her the facts. Okay, so, my goodness. Jalen heard the servants talking about blood near the main entrance. We have to pin, we have to use our vision thing, and we have to find the location. I think I've already found the location, technically.
Leave me be.
Okay, will do. My apologies, sir.
Leave me be.
Okay. I guess we just look at blood.
A bloody trail. Let's see where it leads.
Okay. Hello. A mannequin. Follow that mannequin. Ooh, what's this? It's blue. It's very blue.
A pile of fresh clothes. How convenient.
Very convenient.
All soaked in blood. Well, a fresh shirt is as good a lead as any.
So, think you can identify the killer on the first try?
Do you doubt me?
Can I? I don't know about that. Was that a challenge from John, I assume? Alright, so, oh yeah. No room for error. Identify the killer on the first try. So it's a challenge using vision and talking to someone. Found a blood-soaked shirt near a basket with clean laundry. The killer must have changed into fresh clothes. Okay. I think I understand. Is that all we have to go on? Just that it's fresh clothes? Somebody in here is wearing fresh clothes. How dare they? clothes fresh. Dirty. Gross. It's not you. Is it you? Nope, dirty. They're making this real easy for me. That'd be nice. I'd appreciate it. Wounded. That's suspicious. Wounded and didn't have dirty clothes. So, you know, we're gonna assume if the clothes aren't dirty that they're clean. I don't think I can go through any of these. I'm just checking in case there's someone I haven't seen somewhere. Alright. I believe it to be you. Consumed by guilt or stress. This. Got bit by a vampire. Red spot hives. Ooh, you got stabbed real bad. Using through the bandage. This guy's looking mighty suspicious. Ornate sheath with a knife missing. It's gotta be him. Cuts and scrapes, hands are shaking. Okay, so we have the culprit is at the House of the Eagle. Judging by his ornamented sheath, he is the scion of this family, wearing a bloody bandage under his shirt, and due to the missing knife in his sheath, he is clearly the murderer. It looks like the consequences of his actions are finally sinking in. Everything in his bearing indicates that he's smitten with remorse for what he did. Or he's just on edge. It seems that his heart is still racing and he's still wound up from a fight. He's trying to suppress it, but his body gives him away. I feel like it maybe looks more like he's remorseful. Like, remorseful seems like it might be the correct choice. But I don't know if it's the choice I'm gonna make. Just from looking at it. Because he's got his hand over his face, which we specifically said is consumed by guilt or stress. And then he's got the hives. So, it's probably remorseful. But does that mean I'm going to be nice to him? Because I don't want to be nice to him. Killed a man. He's remorseful, fine.
What are you staring at, you crazy woman?
So,
Confront
here
him.
you are. The wounded eagle in its eyrie.
What the hell? An Englishman here? Why are you wearing a dress?
I hate to interrupt you while you're struggling with your
Trophy.
conscience. Perhaps you ought to have made peace with it
No,
before
that
doing
one's
the
full.
deed.
Just real quick.
My conscience is perfectly
Disappoint
clear.
Mycroft. Hold up. Oh, right, because I wasn't supposed to do it. I wasn't supposed to confront them. I was supposed to just
I am
let
Osai,
Mycroft
son of
know what it
Hassan.
was.
You are
Whoops.
on my father's property, and you better stop all this jabbering nonsense.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I have every reason to believe that you were involved in the murder of Mark Ridley.
Are you accusing me?
Jacques. Ooh, this is new. But yes, I probably would have still chosen to confront him if I'd realized if I'd remembered that was the thing. But I kind of forgot.
Have you
Oops,
completely lost
okay.
your goats? This is crazy.
He's injured, come
Certainly
on!
no crazier than the callow where you ambushed the corporal.
Oh, what was... Okay, I had like specific things I needed to do. Okay. What was the window of opportunity? What was the window of opportunity? That's a great question. This one? This one? What is my window of opportunity?
It couldn't have been very
That seemed
comfortable
good.
for you inside that chest,
seemed like a
waiting
good
to
thing.
catch the corporal off guard. Couldn't you find a better place to hide?
Yeah, I
You're
thought
a
I was
fine one
just
to
picking
talk of
3 pieces of
tactics. You're
evidence.
dressed as a
I
woman.
was not.
If you'll pardon the metaphor, he was a fishbone that became lodged in your throat. You had a strong motive to see him dead.
Yay, we got it right. What was the motive? I'm gonna assume it's the letter. Jalen's letter. Since our last meeting, I have been dreaming of our short time together. That seems like it would be it. Marines recognize it as a sign of the House of the Eagle. By order of General Ridley, any conflict with the Ottomans, and with this family in particular, must be strictly avoided. I don't think that'd be it. Agitated by the corporal's murder, so no, that's after the murder. Let's go with the letter.
At the heart of this
Excellent.
crime is a woman, Jalen. I wonder who she might be to you. Your wife? Unlikely. Your sister?
Enough. Don't you dare say a word about my sister.
I'll say what I
First,
want.
you sneak into my house. And now this? We'll put you down like the rabid dog you are.
Uh-oh. Fighting sequences are the worst.
I'm coming for you.
Stop telling me key evidence was collected.
Too
I need
simple.
to see the buttons. Oh god. Triangle is rolled. Excellent. Well, I'm getting the hang of the
Don't cry,
like,
you'll live.
timed things. You call them? Hey! Oh come on! I've shot that armor on his arm like 5 times now. Give me a break. I can't get around on his back.
Snuff's ready.
Sure. Maybe not the best use of my snuff.
Too
but
simple.
I didn't have a lot of opportunity for getting that guy otherwise.
I couldn't miss the party.
Triangle.
No
I'm
more
right,
crime
I'm
for
right,
you
me too.
until next month.
Are you serious? Why are these guys left hands so hard to hit?
I couldn't miss the party.
Oh, I shot him in the
Take a
foot.
rest.
Give him the pepper snuff. Won't work this.
I'm
I don't know
coming.
why they give me the option to do that. It's just never gonna work.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Okay, try that, I guess. Guess someone came up behind me just then.
Get ready for some pain.
Oops.
Time to knock this guy out.
I like that them losing a hat is enough for them to
Take a rest, my friend.
be
The
very
snuff's ready.
concerned. Oh god. Get his arm! Oh my goodness. Why can I not hit the left arm armor of a single one of those guys?
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
Whew. That actually went moderately well.
It's time for you to go to prison, Azai.
Ooh,
Come
a
with
trophy.
me, and let's do so peacefully this time.
What was this trophy?
You'll regret this, Brit.
Ooh, 2+ hours left. I didn't even know that showed up with that. That's awesome.
Get out of my face, Brit.
Sucker. Alright, so that should be that one done. confronted the killer of Mark Ridley, although I can't get him to confess. All evidence points to Ozai of the House of the Eagle. Police can handle the case from here. Now I need to report back to Mr. Estevo, I believe. I decided to arrest the culprit. The police can handle the case from here. Now I need to report back to Mr. Estevo. Okay, we can do that. Where would I find him? Back at the house? While I wait at the cafe, someone fell from the tower. What do you say? Establish the blackmailer's identity and report back to him who will be waiting at my home. Okay. Cool. We can go back home. If I can work out how to get out of the jail. I seem a little stuck. I'm sure one of these
This
is the way
area is
out.
restricted.
This one. This is the way
Mr.
out.
Holmes, I am in no position
Oh,
to
okay, he's just
reprimand
gonna be
you, but
here.
you should know that your unwarranted intervention will cost us dearly.
I did what I had to
How
do. The killer was
unfortunate.
brought to justice.
I didn't expect you to be so narrow-minded. You have undermined your brother's efforts, and now we will have to
What a
face the
shame.
consequences.
Such is the price of law and order, Mr. Estevo. Everyone must be held accountable for their actions.
Law and order? You are clearly oblivious of the bigger picture, Mr. Holmes. There is no point in us discussing it further. I bid you good day.
You did
I bid
everything
you
right,
good
Sherry, no matter
day.
what Mycroft or his henchmen will say.
Okay. I think we're gonna head on to a main quest now. I think we have to head to an art gallery of some sort. Oh, hello. Hello, gentlemen. You seem a little upset. Oh, what about this poor lady? Can I help you? Ma'am? I didn't mean to shove you. I was trying to help you. I promise. Okay, let's get changed back into our normal clothes, for starters. And stop looking like a Ottoman woman. I don't know, maybe we'll keep the makeup. Looks pretty good. No, we will go back to normal. Excellent. Alright, where did I have tagged? Let's untag that. And then... the Muse from Abroad. My dear Sherlock Holmes, as you no doubt have already guessed, I would like to invite you to experience my art exhibition. Not only for the purpose of the contemplation of beauty, but in a more general need of your genius. You will find the gallery at the Caravanserai at the crossroads of Bazaar Road and Hermes Ave in Old City. Bazaar Road and Hermes Ave in Old City. Okay, there's Bazaar Road. Where is Hermes? There are a few that I don't know along here. So it could be one of these ones that I don't actually know. What's this one here? Oh no, it's right there. Bazaar and Hermes. Place. How do I place it? Oops. Just do that one then. That is where we are headed. Excellent. Let's take the fast travel. That's a fair way to go. We already have a bunch of side quests that we haven't completed, so not really much point in picking up any more right now. I'm gonna fast travel to here, and then wander down the street. This way! Excellent. Alrighty. Now looking for the Caravanserai on the corner of, yeah, this corner. This looks like probably it. Big fancy building. Okay. Ooh. Uh-oh. It's gonna wander through the art gallery for a
Mr.
bit.
Holmes, you came.
What is this,
Oh,
like,
how
slit of
kind.
lighting we've
Though
got
now,
going
of
on
course,
here?
I realize it is because of my game.
Very dramatic.
Not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other.
Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you
No, there's
planted
just
in me
lighting
with some
everywhere. I don't know
curiosity.
what was happening.
Ah, terrific! I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
What did
And this
you
locked area
lose?
downstairs,
What's so
what exactly was it?
important about
The
this?
under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no! It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Black and
It
white
was
shots.
admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was
my.
no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
I'm not intrigued.
Well, this matter is
care.
certainly within my wheelhouse.
Not interested.
This intrusion
Sorry, bye.
troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
Kidding, I'm very intrigued. Ah, this is a lovely painting. Alright, let's take a look at some of this art gallery work. It's a lovely painting. That's actually a really like good quality one. This I don't know. It's weird. Guardian Spirit of the Waters. Okay, so it's watching over the ocean like a sailboat, I think. Cool. What's this lady up to? Love and Pain. Edvard Munch. Go through here? I can go through there. The Yellow Christ. It is a very yellow Christ. You are correct. This one. Grave of a suicide victim. Aww. That one's nice. I like that one. A little bit depressing. Very nice. That's lovely. Hope Formosus and Stephen 6. Jean-Paul Lawrence. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
Which sort of art are we talking about here, John? This art specifically, you like this one? This is the art you like, John? I'm pointing at it. The Origin of the World, Gustave Courbet. The Apparition? Is that just a head? Is it just a head? Excellent. Nice statue of a woman and a child. Lovely. Ooh, that's nice. That's very nice. Ooh, here we go. Here's another one John would like. What do you think about this one, John? Bollington from Behind. Oh my goodness. Alright, what's this? The Luncheon on the Grass. Why is that lady naked at lunch? In a park. I think she should put some clothes on. Okay. So that's the undergallery down there, I presume. Can't go through there, so I guess we'll head on down. AC Swinburne.
Back home, we've got a
room.
taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
Did you catch good fish there, John? How big was it? Was it? You can't see my other hand. Was it this big? Is this how big the fish was? Oh dear. It's very bloody.
A
Supposed to be
simplistic
like
attempt at provocation.
I don't think it's supposed to be like that right this second. Oh my goodness. Look at this bed. Woo. What is going on down here? More than just an undergallery. Okay. So like footprints. 29 inches. 24 inches.
The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame.
That is interesting. That does, in fact, seem useful.
Old, and hasn't been used for a long time.
Okay. What's it doing out here then?
Closed with a metal bolt.
Wait. Well, I think we found how they got in.
Footprints. Size 9.5.
They got in through the chimney. Whatever this is. Could I follow those footprints? In this. Coal hatch in I.Y. Franco's room was bolted closed, but on the inner side of its door we found fresh scratches with magnet filings. Inside the hatch someone had left several footprints. Coal footprint trail had been left on the floor. The left step is shorter than the right, which indicates length. Can I follow these footprints? No, I don't seem to be able to. He just took 4 steps, that was it. 4 steps in and then he stopped.
A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
Yeah, but I mean, we could still look at it. No one here to stop me from looking at it. You know? Well, hello.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John.
Interesting.
A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
And what is this? Slightly moved. Interesting. Very interesting. Located a coffin with a skeleton inside which had been slightly moved. On the coffin lid, someone had left a coal handprint. Okay. All we have is coal handprint. That is all we have in the Mine Palace. Nothing
Sodden
we can
and
do there
mold-ridden.
yet.
One presumes deliberately.
Okay, what else have we got? Looks like we've done everything out here. Let's have a look in this room. Ooh, what's this? Machine is fragile. Okay, so we got some paintings hanging up around here. That's cool. I guess. I mean, there's these ones that were definitely hanging here that have been burnt. They're saying there were more here?
Ugh, sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
Were there more paintings here that have been stolen instead of burnt?
A Malpal butt.
Malpal. Oh, there's a fingerprint.
Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache.
Alright. Seems like we can do an event recreation, but I'm just gonna head in here first.
The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
There's a party going on down here. Oh my goodness.
Saturn devouring his sun. Oh, grim composition.
Ooh.
Unflinching in its ferocity.
No.
yet somehow
And no
beautiful.
thank you. I'm not a fan. Alright. Let's recreate what happened, if we can. right, John. Let's go. Alright, what do we have here? We have our artist friend coming down. Sneaky man coming down. So this has to be him. Because the sneaky man came in through here. Don't know where he came out. This is definitely where he came in. Unless it was all just our friend here. We're going to assume it wasn't. We're going to assume there was actually somebody here. That one, or that. Oh my. That's interesting option there. What else have we got? So he hid. So what this is saying is that when our artist friend heard something and he came downstairs to take a look. When he came downstairs, this guy was hiding in this coffin. Is that what's happened here? Why are there tentacles? I mean, I assume it's fire. But they look like tentacles. Given the benefit of the doubt, there was actually somebody here. That's gonna be all the options, right? It's just gonna be choosing between the artist doing it himself or somebody else being here. Maybe this is where he hid after he'd done everything?
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin.
Yeah.
When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room. But the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
And then how did he get out? Not entirely sure how he escaped. Most of the paintings have been removed. A pile of ashes from burnt paintings lies on the floor, but one of the frames appears to be empty. Near them we found a Malhal cigarette butt with a coal fingerprint. I'm assuming I'm just going back to talk to the artist, Vogel. Vogel. Gotta keep that one in my head for a little bit. Located coffin. Alright, well, we'll probably just go and try to talk to Vogel. Can't connect anything in my mind palace just yet. So, let's see what Vogel has to say about the situation. Hello, sir.
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
Decadence.
Dozens of priceless works amassed simply for the sake of it and presented without care. It's not about the art, it's about excess, yes?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective
It's the
mind.
thing about art.
That forgetting, embellishing,
It's all
lying
subjective.
machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply
Yes, so.
one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
I like art. I don't particularly like going to art galleries. It's just a lot of art, all in one go. I think maybe if I went to the art gallery like once every week or whatever, and only looked for 15 minutes, half an hour, that'd be great. I think that'd be my ideal way of ingesting an art gallery. And you just go to an art gallery and you have to look at everything all in one go. It's like 3 hours just looking at paintings. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Okay, this case was interesting.
Mr. Vogel,
Yes,
my
it
investigation
was.
has revealed that the intrusion was
very
not merely
interested.
vandalism but theft. The limping visitor
Okay.
left your place with a canvas.
That's very impressive.
Just got something in my eye. That was fun. Okay, limping visitor.
This thief was familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My, your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
Okay. Tell me
The
more about
fire
the
was a
theft.
clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
Okay.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
There's something more,
It
is
would
there not?
seem that way.
I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed
Suspicious.
could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
Okay.
What was depicted
Tell
in
me
the
about
piece?
the painting.
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had
Thrilling
numerous
piece of
tails
artwork.
growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature
My
of the other
goodness.
works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do,
Mhm.
but that can wait for another time.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
We'll see. Alrighty. So, painting might be stolen. It depicts a roped woman in the act of love with a devil, looking at the viewer with a crowd gathered around them. Knew all that. So Mercurio's address. Vogel said the artist Boniface Mercurio lives somewhere in Old City. He doesn't know where exactly. He also mentioned that Mr. Mercurio is a prominent person. That means I need to find it in an archive of some sort, right? Search this in archives. Interesting. Which archives. Probably the newspaper, I would think. What are my options? We've got... Oh, maybe City Hall, actually. Yeah. City Hall, newspaper, and police are the 3 archives that we have, I believe. So let's try City Hall. That seems like somewhere you would find people's addresses and such. Hopefully. We'll find out shortly, won't we? I could take the fast travel, but it's not that far over, so let's just run. See if we come across any cases or anything along the way. Keep an eye and an ear out. So what are we gonna search for? We're gonna need the location. Old City. Oh, it's the Church of St. Peter. Lovely. See, look. Running benefited us by finding a new location that we're probably never going to need, but, you know, if we ever need to find that specific church, now we know where it is.
A contest for the guests of Cordova.
Oh yeah, so let's try to do that treasure hunt. I think that one will be fun. The coins are quite difficult. At least the one I've looked at. I haven't looked at any more coins because the first one was so ridiculous. Okay, I can't remember what our options are. Subjects, citizens, period, now, registry, old city. No, okay. That's fine. We're gonna take out British 1800s. And we're instead gonna go occupation? Births. Vogel said the artist Boniface Mercurio lives somewhere in Old City, but he doesn't know where exactly. He also mentioned that Mr. Mercurio is a prominent person. Maybe an official? In occupation? Birth? 1800s? It's definitely Old City, right? Was. The only other thing would be if I'm supposed to check the archives instead. So that, surely one of those would have been correct. Oops. John's a little bit mad at me. Maybe not mad, just disappointed, you know. Unimpressed. Let's try going to the newspaper archives instead. See if that helps us instead. Well, it does have an exclamation point, so that does seem like it is potentially... Oh my goodness, those horses were inside each other's heads. My goodness. Yeah, the newspaper archives have an exclamation point, so perhaps this was where I was supposed to go all along. Whoops.
Mr. Holmes, I have something for you.
You do?
Mr. Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman. But please, let us keep things professional. I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special assignment for you. Tell me,
thanks.
are you interested?
Sure.
I believe I am, but to be very clear, Miss Sertle, my interest extends to the message and not the messenger.
So he claims he's not a gal sneaker, seducing women everywhere he goes. Perhaps the truth is even more scandalous?
Please spare me the speculation. Return to the matter at hand.
A gang of smugglers, the Eels, have Cordona in their clammy grip. The British Empire can abide it no longer. Mycroft insists they
Mycroft
be disbanded, but this
insists.
organization only falls with the capture of their odious leader, Friedrich Panzer. And note well, I did say capture, not kill. Inside your envelope is a map marked with the Eels' warehouses. But alas, we do not know in which Friedrich Panzer resides.
So even Mycroft has his limits.
Indeed. You must be sure to identify the correct warehouse before entering, because once one is compromised, the other's occupants will scatter. Here are all the files, and feel free to use the archive too. Again, do not enter the wrong location, nor see any harm done to Friedrich Panzer.
Miss Sertle, if you're
That's too
quite
much
done
pressure.
with the redundant instructions, I shall get to work.
Well, that's perfect. Tortured hero lashes out after rejected romance. Tomorrow's edition will be a sensation.
Sounds great. I look forward to reading it. Anyway, back to my actual quest. We want recent officials or celebrities. Celebrities in Old City. There we go. The Brawlet Artists sellout. The last week has brought us a new scandal regarding the local so-called artistic higher society. It all began at the painting sellout named by a local artist as the Dance of Decadence. The director of a publishing house, the Lion, Darren Turwick, broke the ideal by throwing a chair at a decadent artist, Boniface Mercurio. As Mr. Turwick said later, he did it because Mr. Mercurio brought dishonor to his name. Column writer graciously reminds the reader that recently Mr. Mercurio was spotted with Mrs. Turwick at a coffee shop. Afterwards, an orchestra conductor, Kurt Gallagher, smashed a painting across Mr. Turwick's head to protect his friend Mercurio. A large brawl started, including a large number of the customers. After a protracted fight, the police arrived. All the high society brawlers were arrested and placed under guard for a week. What a breathtaking event it was. As your loyal personal advisor, I suggest that you obtain a souvenir from the sellout. Unfortunately, it has since ended, but Boniface Mercurio himself invites our readers to visit his home and purchase one of his paintings. You'll find him at the address Hermes Ave between Scarlet Street and Olive Street in Old City. Excellent. We have his address. Now we just have to find his address. Okay, so let's pin, sure, place on map. We are in Old City. We want Hermes Ave between Scarlet and Olive. Hermes Ave between Scarlet and Olive. So right in the middle there. Perfect. Lovely. Alright, let's head on back out. Find ourselves an artiste. Where's my fast travel gone? There he is. Hello, good sir. Take me. This one. The watchtower. Excellent. I just spilled soft drink. Luckily it was only on the part of my keyboard that's like the... Ooh. It has like a keyboard and then it has a little bit that sticks out that's like supposed to be a wrist rest, I assume? Wrist rest? I only spilled it on that, not the actual keyboard, so that's good. Alright, let's go find this house, shall we? Hopefully I'm going the right way. Seems right. Should be right here somewhere.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, ma'am. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he...
Boniface.
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
Righto then. We must become a resident or find another way in. Or just distract her. Potentially. Let's see what this says. Ah yes, a disguise is required. I'm not as tanned and unkempt as the bohemian artist. So wait, where does this say what he wears? I guess maybe just from the picture? That's quite the shirt he's got on there. Alright, where is a clothing salesman? We have to head all the way back to the bazaar, it would seem. That's a bit of a pain, but okay. Yeah, we'll turn here, and then it should be just up ahead. Oh look, we can do this again. Dulcimer go brr, piano go bam bam. Alright, let's find ourselves some bohemian wear.
Don't pass by. Let's pick something that suits you.
Sure. Ooh, yeah, that's the one. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. Do I buy it? How much money do I have? Can I just rent it? Just seems a little expensive, you know? What is that one? A women's fez. Lovely. Can get an eye patch. Next time be more careful with that stick. Maybe. Headwear for fans of tautology. A toy pirate hat. Batteries not included. Oh, messy hair. I see. That is different to my regular hair. I kind of want to buy the messy hair. It's nice. It's very cool. And then we want to be slightly tanned. Artist bristles. Get ourselves some artist bristles. And then get ourselves a fake tan. More expensive than normal dirt.
Be careful with what you've taken.
Don't miss out on the best carpets on the island.
So I think I'm working out the renting thing. I think you can only rent things that you need. If you require it for a quest, you can rent it. And then probably just once the quest is done, it disappears. Would be my guess. Ah, hello ma'am. Yes, I do live here.
Boniface, sweetie. Is that you? Ah, old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, ma'am? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake, how many times will you lose that key of yours?
What a
Of
terrible
course I have a
landlady.
spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my
Whatever
thanks.
she is.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago, and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those
I thought I might have had to pay
cow
his rent for him. That would have been fun. Alrighty. I'm not actually sure which one is his. So we'll just try all the doors. Here we go. Number 2. Oh my. That's concerning. Oh yeah, he's just dead. He's straight up dead. Cool. I mean, not really surprising. Everything seems to turn into a murder investigation around here. Right, where did I come in? This is the in and out door, right? Yes. We're gonna start from the entrance.
The
and
chest
work
has been
our way
searched.
around. Chest has been searched. Good to know. Oh, here's
Red
our
skin,
painting.
tails on the back. Reminds me of Verda's description of the stolen painting.
It's honestly kind of good.
Red skin, tails on the back.
Kinda
Reminds
like
me of
it.
Verda's description of the stolen painting.
Like from the description, I was like, "Ooh, that sounds horrible." But no, I like it. It's weird. A knife is missing. Ooh, interesting. Blue cloth fibers.
It appears the wine was truly awful.
Yes, that's what I do to wine when I don't like it.
Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching.
Oh my
I
goodness.
wonder where he got that fancy camera.
He will be searching. Terrible.
The blood has dried.
It's been dead a
I've
little
heard of this
while.
style of painting. It is called expressionism.
Ah! I didn't know where John was. What is he doing? Is he a bat now? Why? Why is he upside down? Why is he standing on the ceiling? Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it so much.
Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days.
Thought it was going to be longer, I'll be honest. Bruises on the knuckles, okay.
The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife.
Razor. Knife.
Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags.
Interesting. That leg looks uncomfortable. So does his foot, actually. Ankle looks very painful. Okay, what have I missed? I've missed something. Somewhere on this gentleman is something that I have not seen. He had a knife himself. Okay.
A normal kitchen knife.
Oh, this is the knife from the table that was missing.
Could be the murder weapon.
There was the fork. And it was missing a knife. Goodness, John.
Don't look at me like that, Sherry. I will not touch that dirty floor.
Oh dear. That is a great reason to be hanging off the ceiling.
The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material. Look at this, John.
Interesting.
Isn't it our stolen demon?
Cool. Alright, let's recreate. So he's turned his bathroom into a dark room. That's pretty cool. Alright, what are our options here? I'm not entirely sure what's happening in that one. I feel like we've got the wrong things here. That one's possible. That's definitely a possibility, I'll be honest. That's saying that he's got a piece of the glass. Oh, what's he wearing? Let's have a look at this. Curious body lay on the floor in his room. Blood from his cutthroat covered the floor. Found kitchen knife and bloodied rags near the body. I spotted bruises on his knuckles. Judging by his post-mortem rigidity, he had lain there for 1 to 2 days. It doesn't say what he's wearing. That would have been handy. Alright, let's pin this. When we arrived, his dead body lay on the floor. Near the entrance on the desktop, we found a broken bottle of wine and a shattered frame with blue cloth fibers on it. Open drawers suggested that his desk has been searched. Painting covered in blood lay on the floor. The other room contained Mercurio's photographic studio, where we found a ruined photo inside a developer. Okay, so there's that one or that one. That's where he would grab the knife. Alright? That seems right, because that would give Mercurio the knife. Is he sitting looking at a painting, or is this guy rifling through them? They said that this had been searched, so that seems like it's probably correct. This just shows me him. So he was in the middle of developing photos, came running out with this guy searching through his stuff. Okay, so there must have been... This definitely seems correct. Comes running out, finds this guy searching through his things. They start fighting. This guy grabs the knife. But then my only other option here is him... Oops. So this one is either... Did that just change the wrong one again? Either Mercurio kills himself, or the intruder has the knife. I guess they said this had to be made by either a knife or like a razor. It was a precision tool. It couldn't have been a piece of glass that did it, I don't think. It would have been too ragged. So the alternative is that he killed himself, and then this guy came and found him. I guess this is also where he could have grabbed a shard of glass. That's the only one I'm not sure about. Who
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Into the mirror. Everything else I'm pretty happy with.
Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in. Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him.
Interesting. Cool. So what's next? This still has a location thing. So that's interesting. I'm not sure what they want me to do there exactly. Mercurio is in the middle of developing photos. Why did Mercurio want to grab the painting in the middle of the fight? Why indeed? Let's have a look at this. What can we do here? Painter was killed in a fight. Thief was caught by the painter. The visitor didn't want to kill Mercurio. Mercurio's murder wasn't the thief's goal. Okay. Gallery intruder is a smoker who limps. I don't think I have anything else that will match. Let's just try everything, because otherwise it becomes a pain to try things later when you get a million of them. But
it's time for some chemical magic, John.
Chemicals. Let's go. Analyze. I wanted to say analysis and then realized I should say analyze. That makes more sense. Okay, let's just do this. That -1, that -1, and that one +1. Easy peasy. 3 minus 5 minus, mix them together. 4, ooh, what's this one actually? That doubles them, I think? Interesting. That and then that one. And we should be good to go. That one into there. That one into there. Combine them. Increase that one by 1. Combine that. And then complete. I've managed to erase the blood by using chemicals. It's still life painting a Mercurio's root. Okay, so that has some usage.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs.
Alright.
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
I believe I see one of them immediately. What is the other?
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
Or is it just both of these?
If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here.
Okay, skull should be somewhere here.
Nothing behind it.
Nothing there. I don't know what the other difference was. Let me just walk over this dead man's body.
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
No, I don't spot the two differences. Okay, we can pin it. That's good. What else is different? The rug, perhaps. The rug seems a little tousled. No? Okay. We've got the tree in the corner, whatever that is. Whatever this is leaning up against it. I'm not sure what the other difference is. I keep saying spot the two differences. Hey Jinx, I'm great. How are you doing? We're trying to solve a puzzle. Apparently there's two differences, but I can only find one. If you happen to spot a difference between the painting in the top right and what is actually in the room, let me know. We love puzzles. Excellent. You've come to the right place. The only thing I can look at is this. The only thing I seem to be able to look at anyway. I mean, the door kind of looks like it's missing in the painting. Okay, what else can we interact with? Put on your thinking cap. Excellent. So we're missing this. There should be like a skull on here. But when I looked at the painting, he said spot the two differences. And I can't find the other difference.
Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here.
What's this? That's just the desk. I've already looked there. Wait, let me just do it again, just in case. Nope, that's fine. All done there. So, ooh, what's this? I found something.
Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
Ooh.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John.
Oh.
It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Thanks, John. Very helpful. This is John's ice cream suit. This is the like best part of the game, is being able to put John in this outfit. And then just seeing the random stuff that he does. I don't know if you've played this before, but it is a great game. It is very spiffy. Absolutely. There were a couple of other options for what we could make him wear, but this one was definitely
the
best.
Photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material.
Okay. Still need to find this skull, I believe. Oh man, so many things to do now. I don't know. That seems to say it's done. Okay. So what else have we got? Sketch of the devil and John's redrawing of a pregnant girl. Okay. And then we have John doesn't like the idea of telling the landlady the truth about Mercurio's death. He suggested staying in character. I don't know about that, John. Painter's flat was searched for photograph of a violation. Interesting. I don't think we can put any of these together. Oh, okay. We can put those two together, apparently. Visitor might have wanted the photo. The visitor's intention might have been to locate the terrible photograph. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna get changed, because I'm not gonna lie to the landlady, except I can't get changed here. Why can't I get changed here? I guess maybe she won't let me out if I'm changed. She only let me into the building because she thought I looked like the guy that lives here. She also just gave me a key to his room because I told her I lost it. Very, very safe, high-level security going on for these apartments.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Alright, we
Can
are
you tell me
play
if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared.
That's definitely the one.
And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Okay. Call the police.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat. And don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
Death.
It really doesn't matter.
You
Thank
stepped
you,
in
Mum.
death. Oh, a trophy. Perfect gentleman. That's lovely. I assume that's for lying. Spare the landlady's feelings. Well, I feel better about it now. Okay, so now we need to pin this and talk to people. It's a pregnant woman with tribal scars on her face. Let me just double check what that means. Inquire with people around you. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can talk to anyone. Actually, I probably should have tried the landlady first.
Sherry, that was close. But you did everything correctly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
They're not actually the dead man's clothes. They're just the exact same clothes that he was wearing. I just went and bought them. You know, he was a real inspiration to me.
Do you know anything about this?
I cannot be of help, sir. Someone else might know better.
It's like when you go to the hairdressers and show them a photo of someone you know or someone famous. Like, I want to look like that then. That's what I did.
May I ask you something?
No, sir. I won't talk to you.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Is that because these people don't like me? Hostile. Despising. Oh my goodness. Okay. I guess you people don't like me then. I guess that makes sense. A dog lover. Aw, this lady's a dog lover. But also a drunkard. So, you know, there's that. Okay, let's try putting some different clothes on then. So that they like me a little better. Something that makes me look like I'm poor. You can always trust a dog lover. Maybe not them. Yeah. Okay. What am I trying to wear? I need something that makes me look less like I have less money. That one seems fancy, so I guess this one? Is this enough? Is this enough for you guys? Nope, you still hate me. Okay. Oh, hey Lamb, how you going? Oh, this person's friendly. Will you talk to me now?
Excuse me, just one question.
You and I are the economic foundation of this island. We should help each other.
Know.
But I don't know what you are talking about.
I don't know how to find the people that I'm supposed to talk to. How would these random people know? These random people just happen to know this lady. What about you? Do you like me? Unfriendly. Xenophobic too. Excellent. Love that. Alright, have I got anything else to go on at the moment? Not really. Let's have a look in our mind palace really quick. Gallery intruder is a smoker. Mercurio's visitor limps. Gallery thief was in Mercurio's flat. Mercurio's murderer and the gallery thief are the same person. Thief wanted the photograph. The thief was at Mercurio's flat to steal the photograph, but found Mercurio instead and killed him in self-defense. How thrilling. Doesn't really help me find this lady that I'm trying to find. This game is very good, but it is a little bit ambiguous. Affable. Hello.
Can I ask you a question?
Sorry, I
Of
shoved you a
course. course.
little bit.
The streets have the information you seek.
Yes. She knows. The scars on the girl's face seem to be from Hughes ethnic group tribe. The only place where you can find people in Cordona is the refugee camp, located under Victoria Bridge between Scaladio and Silverton. Okay, we can do that. Scaladio and Silverton. We need Victoria Bridge. Excellent. Actually, let's find... we want a fast travel point, because that's a little ways off. So where's our nearest fast travel point gonna be? I turn back around. Is that the right way? A little bit confused by the street layout right here. Where am I? Let's try going this way. Sorry. Just shoving people, it's fine, don't worry about it. I'm sure they don't mind. Okay, let's grab ourselves a rickshaw. sure, somewhere along here. Perfectly fine, you're the important one. Exactly. I mean, John is definitely the most important one because, you know, he's wearing his ice cream suit. That always makes him more important. The bot can't quite manage that one. I've been playing around with some automatic messages with my bot. That one does not work. Note to self. Fix that bot attempt. My character should be able to push people around. Exactly. What's the point in being the main character in a video game if you can't shove people? Okay. Let's find this refugee camp, shall we? It's probably going to be a little bit depressing.
Did you hear another sailor's drowned on the beach? What an idiot.
Alright, let's listen to this conversation. Find out where and why the sailor drowned. I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to do these. I just pick everything and then find out what's wrong. Beach by the cemetery was the only thing I found out.
Did you hear another
I don't think it was Harbour. I don't remember anymore what was wrong. I just remember what was right. Yeah, thanks, John. John is very, disapproving of myself sometimes. Sherlock struggled to eavesdrop on those people. I think they noticed us, and worse, we didn't identify anything useful.
Did you hear another
Thanks, John. Alright. Don't think it was ships arrive. Not harbour, not police. I wasn't selling moonshine. Right. I don't know if there's a better way to do these.
Sailor's drowned.
I mean, obviously there's a better way to do them just to be good at it. I keep forgetting which things are not important. Police, okay, so then we know beach by the cemetery, and that will be enough. A sailor was found drowned on the beach by the cemetery. People are talking about sirens, but that's just superstition. Or is it? Who could say? I'll have to do some investigating to be able to tell. We've already hunted some vampires. How do I get under the bridge? Yeah, we hunted some vampires in the past. Now we gotta go looking for sirens, apparently.
Beasts!
Beasts?
Help me, please.
I don't think I know.
I don't actually need to talk to you anymore. I was just curious why you were shouting beasts. What is going on down here? Okay.
Murderers!
Oh my.
They're completely livid. First they come to our land, then they murder our people.
Drop them all into the sea!
That sounded like a man putting on a feminine voice in not a successful way.
Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a private investigator.
Please
I'm looking
let
for a
me.
witness for a case.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorised. I can't let you in.
How do I become
And you are?
authorized?
I'm Ronald Harlow, here to handle the refugee situation on behalf of City Hall. I'm the acting supervisor here, so I have full authority here to ask you to leave, or I shall order the police to detain you for trying to pass the blockade. Please, step back.
Alright, let's learn about you, sir. A slight mustache. Tries to appear older. Is it being successful? Who knows? Pale bags under eyes. Works indoors. Poor lighting. Overdressed. Wants to look authoritative. Oh, got something on his hand over here. Damp palms. Sweating. Stressed. Oh. Shoe? What can my shoes tell you? Clean shoes. Sedentary. Okay. So we have to like choose an option for which profile we think is correct. So we have Ronald Harlow is a depressed young clerk exhausted by his day-to-day job. City Hall has assigned him to oversee the refugee camp, but he is too tired and indifferent to solve the problems that arise. He has a scant mustache which he thinks makes him look older. Pale skin and bags under his eyes suggest he is tired of his dark, cramped office which he rarely leaves. Yet, judging by his clean and barely worn shoes, he does not favour the outdoors in any case. Sweaty palms suggest that Ronald is stressed. He might have worn fewer clothes considering today's weather. That's a tired pen pusher, or he's a dazed formalist. Lacks experience to deal with problems outside his writing desk. So, he's a pale young clerk who tries his best to oversee a refugee camp assigned to him by City Hall. He's not very happy with such a responsibility, but he always does things by the book and executes all tasks he is given. However, he lacks the experience to deal with problems outside his writing desk. He is attempting to look older than his years by growing a scant mustache. Pale skin and bags under his eyes suggest he works at a poorly lit office which he rarely leaves, judging by his clean and barely worn shoes. He craves to look authoritative by wearing smart clothes, but his look is out of place considering Cordona's weather. Sweaty palms suggest that Ronald is extremely stressed by being outside his comfort zone. I feel like he might be a dazed formalist. I really don't know what difference it makes, which profile I select, if one of them is correct and one of them is incorrect, if it affects anything whatsoever. But it's fun to try to decide. I'm really bad at making decisions though, so you know, there's that. Okay, so what was this one? Not happy with his responsibility and lacks the experience to deal with the problems. I like this one. I think this one's good. Going with it. He's a dazed formalist.
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability
You're attempting to
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help you.
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest, but in return I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, I did a bunch of, like, mini quests and stuff for the police and solved all of their outstanding crimes, so I think they like me, and they kind of owe me this one, you know?
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option.
Problem solved.
We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
They haven't really come up with any better plans for refugees in current times, so, you know, just pretty standard.
Mr. Harlow,
Unfortunately.
what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every City Hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
The police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
Alright, let's
I'm
go.
ready to take a look at the scene.
Alright.
Obviously this
Go
lady
inside the
must have
camp
gotten
and
out
find
at some
Inspector
point in
Tewkesbury.
time.
He's the officer investigating the scene.
Or
Tell
everyone
him
else got
I
in.
sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
Okay, let's go.
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls. No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
Yes, the refugees are the trolls under the bridge. Well put, John.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it.
How thrilling.
Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened?
All the problems
People from
now.
the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam.
Nice.
A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector.
There's been a lot of murders since I arrived. Tell me about
Did you
the
learn
dead
anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona
used to be
with
this
bad
many
blood in them.
murders.
My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity.
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
Suspects.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right?
It was all
I've got a
of
whole
them.
camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
And none of the
What a pain
refugees were
having to
harmed?
do your job.
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Also, if one of them is in a bad
Here
way,
we go again. Number of hours
why
on
is he
Cordona
not
before
being
stumbling
taken to the
upon another
hospital?
dead body.
please.
0.
Or at least brought a doctor in. Ooh, we got numbers again. Okay. When we have evidence numbers, I like to start at number 1. Just so that I make sure I don't miss anything. 7. That's not 1.
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
Okay. Got it. Understood.
He is in shock, feverish, and dehydrated.
And are they going to do anything about
The
it?
cut is
Probably
deep,
not.
potentially serious if not treated immediately.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
Can I? Do I have that as an option?
Help me, please.
The law can't help you with that.
Where is my option to first aid this man? Alright, we have a character profile. We have the camp intruder's body. That's just for something for me to look at. Stuff to look at around here. Okay. Man will certainly die of infection. I must concentrate on finding something to clean the wound, something to disinfect it, and something to use as a bandage. Okay. Let's find some stuff to help this poor fellow.
That will kill, not save him.
Okay, let's not take that one then. That is the opposite of what I would like to do.
It won't do any good.
They look dirty. Presumably.
Just washed. Better than nothing to bandage the wound.
Okay, what else have we got?
I'll use it to create a solution.
Okay, cool. We're getting there. We're getting some things to help this poor man. Slowly but surely. This one, surely. Aloe vera, that
I can
sounds
use
good.
this to stop the infection from spreading. I've collected all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
Alright. Let's do a chemical analysis. Alright, what do we need? My goodness. Alright. This is an interesting one. Okay, so let me just check real quick. This should double it, I assume. Times 2 will multiply the reagent's value by 2, and then that other one divides the reagent's value by 2. Okay, so shouldn't be too difficult. We need to do 3 times 2, negative 5 times 2, and then 4 needs to switch polarity, and then -1 or +1. Maths is hard. Once it's negative 4, we want a +1. Got it. Alright. Combine those, and then combine those, and I think we should be good to go. 6, -10, that's good. Make sure I did this way correctly. -3, excellent. That was what we wanted. Nailed it. Alright, let's go talk to that man again.
Thank you.
There you
This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Might die from other things. Alright, where's number 1? There's number 2. 4. Number 1, the body. Number 1 is the body. Alright. What have we got going on here? That's quite a nice knife.
A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers.
Okay.
I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain.
So theoretically someone shorter than him. Coal dust.
Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here.
Coal is something that was at the first location we searched. And a tattoo on the neck.
An interesting tattoo.
This definitely seems like the guy that did the other crimes. Well, at least we don't have to worry about those murders now. Well, that murder. I think there was only one murder.
Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was limping John. A violent death. This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here,
John. Stole some paintings and he murdered someone. And potentially violated this poor woman.
If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell.
Okay. Hello. Find out what the passage is for. Money. Okay. Police officers are worried that the situation with the dead body will put the camp into strict lockdown and they will lose the money flow they were earning from their scheme.
Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
So they were letting the refugees out.
Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came up with this idea?
Someone. Yeah, these guys must have been letting the refugees out if they paid them. Or something like that. Alright. Number 2. What have we got here?
A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk.
Malpal cigarettes?
Malpal, soaked with salt water.
This must be the stuff from the dead body.
£1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona.
£1,000 would still be a lot in today's money. Okay, so it's 2. What's going on at number 3? Some smashed vase of some sort.
Someone bled profusely here.
What is this?
A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently.
Well, yes, there was a scuffle of some sort. It's not really surprising. Alright, boot print.
A furrow in the ground.
Sand.
A blood trail leading to or from the canal.
Well, which way? Is it to or is it from? That makes a big difference, you know. Okay, where's 5 now? 5 is here.
Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment.
Broken. Someone broke their bracelet. Some driftwood. Lovely. Looks pretty stabby on the end here. Doesn't have any blood though, so I don't think it was used to stab
It might have been
anyone.
used as an improvised weapon.
Just to club him over the head.
The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike.
Oh, I wasn't finished with this, I guess. What else do I need to look at on this? That's the one I already looked at. Oh, there we go.
No hint of blood or impact.
That's what I said. Nailed it. I'm just as smart as Sherlock Holmes. Number 7, we've got some
Someone was dragged against their will.
footprints. Cool. Now we need 8, I think was back over here. There we go. There's so much information to take in.
Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence.
Oh dear. Size
A man's
10
footprint.
barefoot. Interesting. And then one more thing here somewhere. What have I missed? Sometimes it's hard to find things. There's one more clue I need to find in this area. Here it is.
A heavy boot with a worn-out sole.
So that boot right there is going to be our murder victim, who is also a murderer himself.
Clearly a left handprint here. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
Good question. Yeah, maybe they were letting people into the camp, not people out of the camp. Alright, I guess I've missed something to look at here. I thought that would have been everything. And I must have missed something, so... if I do this one, we get a little ping. Talk to these guys, maybe?
Excuse me, just one question.
Don't think I can help you, lads.
Well, I don't want to ask you about that. What's going on at the refugee camp? John suggests we should learn more about this matter by asking around the camp. But we should do this before we leave the camp for good. The place might be put into lockdown again. Yeah, cool. How did the intruder get into the camp? What are the options? And then we have a refugee crime scene. Okay, well, let's talk to some of these policemen.
Do you know anything about this?
I uphold the law, so I'm not answering your questions.
Would it help if I was dressed as a policeman? Would that trick you?
May I ask for your assistance?
The law can't help you with that.
Okay. You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Can I look like a policeman? Please. I feel like policemen are mostly clean-shaven. Now, will you talk to me about it?
Is this familiar to you?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Okay.
Is this familiar to you?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Everyone's looking at us, Sheriff. You sure you know what you're doing?
No, I don't know what I'm doing, John. This is only like my third investigation.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Are you sure you don't know about it? You were talking about it.
May I ask for your assistance?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
Sorry for boring you, John. My apologies. Alright, well, nobody seems to want to talk to me about this. Is this man still here? Can I talk to you about it? No. Also, he probably wouldn't be happy with me dressed as a policeman.
Back off.
Okay. Oh. I keep forgetting water is death. You just die instantly when you walk into water. Alright, let's go back over here again. Hello. I'm so shiny in my wet police outfit. Oh, did I go too far? I did. Maybe I have to be able to talk to the refugees first. That may be the issue I am having. Is that something to look at? Must just be the sun. It looked like there was a point of interest. And I guess not. Do you know anything about it, sir?
You still here?
Evidence.
I've already told you all I've learned. Go and bother someone else with this, son. Go and bother someone else with this, son.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads.
What a great way to look at it. I wasn't the one doing it, so what do I care? A great view on the world. Solution to the problem. Alright, let's have a look at what else we have to do. How did the intruder get into the camp? What are the options? And then the crime scene itself. So let's see if we can have a look around. I have this one pinned. Hopefully it should show up with some... Yeah, here we go. Some viewing options. Vote unlikely.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
Okay. Got it. I I'm assuming he got in the same way that the refugees were getting out. Paid a policeman. Right. Down here somewhere. What have we got?
Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates.
That's surprising. I thought that was how they were getting everyone in and out. I guess not. Maybe it is, and they just haven't taken anyone out for a while. You come in through the main door. Seems unlikely also. What's this? Bunch of cigarette butts, my goodness.
A single Malpal butt.
Oh, okay, so there's a bunch of other butts and then one Malpal. I thought they were all Malpals.
Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
Yay, we can put it together. Before we do that though, I am just gonna go and take a quick break. I won't be long, I will be back shortly. I'll put the back soon screen up and I'll play some music for you. And I'll be back in just a minute. Alrighty, so let's recreate a crime scene, shall we? These are some of the most fun, but also the most frustrating and difficult parts of the game. There's so many options. Okay, I think... Whoops. Controller's having a fun time. I think this is a good one to start with, because I'm pretty confident in at least one of the shoe markings. Doesn't quite look like they're stepping in the right spots there. Is that the only two options though? It must be that. Because that's them running and therefore their footsteps. This is where they fought. Because they broke a crate. That one shows the crates falling over and stuff falling out, so that seems good. That's someone shoving him in, or ooh, kicking him. That one seems more like the place where he would put his hand down. That's got the handprint on the side of the wall there. That animation looks like somewhere he would put his hand down to stabilize himself. So I like that. I think that's good. Pretty happy with most of this so far. So what have we got over here? Shoved the lady and broke her bracelet. That seems good. Protecting her, that does not seem correct. That seems right. Surely it's more like that. This one looks like he's protecting her and she's scared of the other refugee. But I don't think that's the case, because this one said that someone was forcibly dragged out. That's her walking, which is not correct. This is her being dragged. I like this. I'm pretty happy with this one. Let's see how we did.
So we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live
Once
by the
you've
sword,
had a smoke with
you
someone,
die
you
by
can
the
let
sword.
it through, it's fine.
In our man's case, it's the same sword.
Such trust built in that one smoke. Alright, so now what have we got? What's this one about? John wants to learn more. Yes, gotcha. Thug freely entered the camp. One of the refugees stood in the way. This one wants me to talk to people. Can I talk to the refugees now? Now that I have discovered what occurred here. Will you let me through? Do I need to be not dressed as a policeman now? Let's just change back into a regular Sherlock outfit.
Back off.
Okay, apparently not. Thug wanted to take a refugee woman out of the camp. The refugees protected the woman and the thug attempted to escape but accidentally fell on his blade. Let's tell the investigator, perhaps. Hello, sir.
You still here?
I am. I know what happened.
Inspector, I believe I can aid your investigation.
Nobody
I
murdered
know
him at
who
all.
the dead man is and what really happened here.
You do? Well, good for you. But I'm afraid I'm not the one you need to share your findings with. Speak to Mr. Harlow here. He's the one responsible for settling things in the camp.
You don't even care to listen?
Oh, I do care. And maybe even more than I need to. But I'm only here today to lock the place up, question witnesses, and file the facts.
Well,
It's sad,
give you
but
the
coming
facts.
up with conclusions is not among my tasks here. You fellows at City Hall do that. Anyway, speak to the supervisor.
Righto.
I'll just stand by and listen to what you have to say.
Great police investigations going on.
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him. And judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But How did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes. I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer.
Yay!
You can go back in and look for your witness.
You think one small clerk can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble.
Alright, we've got so many people to talk to. Are you guys going to talk to me? Do I need to put some clothes on? Friendly. Excellent. Alright, let's have a look at what we've got. So, we need to talk to them about how the people were getting in and out. Solve that one. And then we need to find more about this lady. Let's start with this one, because we have to do this.
Could you help me?
They often take us from the camps to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way we get a glimpse of freedom.
To work, eh? According to the refugees, some shady people regularly visit the camp and take refugees away with them to perform various work. The work is usually hard, but the refugees receive money and food. The girl was abused after she was supposedly taken to such work. Since then, the refugees decided not to allow their women to be taken.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this ring when we find out where the thug came from.
Cool. Alright, then we want to pin this one so we can talk to
Excuse me, just one question.
Lady.
Sorry, we don't see much here.
You don't know her? How about you? Do you know her?
Do you know anything about this?
Sorry. We don't see much here.
Really?
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
They don't seem to mind my clothes at all. See?
Can I ask you a question?
Sorry. We don't...
Let me read this again. John is reader on the photograph. The scars on the girl face seem to be the ethnic group. The refugees in the camp are no longer detained by the police. Now I can find the girl. Oh, I'm just supposed to find her. I see. Okay. Is it you? No. You seem like maybe the guy
You're
that
the one who
protected him.
tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly.
Yeah.
The police didn't allow us to help him.
The police will leave you
Helping
alone.
him helped.
I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're here because you want something.
I mean, it's
Yes,
a little bit
I
of
do.
both.
I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
But only
The
because
dead
I'm
man
trying to
came
help
for
her.
too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But you helped us, so maybe your words are not empty. You can speak to Nayla.
Thanks, dude.
If she wants it. But I will be watching you.
That's totally reasonable. Please do. You know, I'd prefer it if you did watch.
Hello, Nayla.
So that we have a witness to prove that I did nothing to her.
My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people?
Did he just show her the photograph?
Sherlock. Nayla, I'm sorry.
That poor woman.
I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Not my best work, John, by a long shot. Naylor doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
Alright. This man did not come here by chance. He is a very important thread in this case, and this tattoo might help me to pull it. Okay. Mind Palace. What can we put together? Peculiar cross and... Defiler is a high-ranking official. Badges such as these are usually awarded to high-ranking officials. The Defiler from the photograph might be one. Ooh, casebook. Okay, what else have we got? Coal footprints and coal under the dead man. The thug also visited Vogel's gallery. The dead man from the refugee camp was the same person who had broken into Vogel's gallery. Yes, I did know that. Tried to drag her away but didn't hurt her. He wanted to kidnap her. The thug came to the camp intending to kidnap a woman. He had the opportunity to kill her, but that wasn't his goal. A henchman, not merely a thief. He's not merely a thief, but also a kidnapper. A henchman who takes on various roles. Hey, good for him, you know. I mean, not good for him at all. He's a terrible person. Okay, this man did not come here by chance. I don't think anyone here will know about the tattoos. Okay, here's our sketch of the abuser. In Mercurio's place, we found a photograph of vile acts. Neela drew a peculiar cross-shaped badge she saw on the debaucher's chest. Badges like this are usually awarded to British high-ranking officials. Not many of those visit Cordona, let alone work on the island. So we have to go to the one of the archives. I'm not sure which one. Probably City Hall to find a high-ranking official. But do I need to find out more about this cross first? Let me just get rid of these so it stops having exclamation points when it doesn't need to. Oops, wrong case. Inside the refugee camp has a distinctive tattoo on his neck. 2 lines, one over another with a point at the top. It doesn't seem like something that the people here would know about. I definitely need to talk to someone about it because it's got the little speech bubble. But I don't think it's going to be the people here. I think let's go and try to find something in the archives. I'm not sure what information I'm going to use to find it. I have that he's official. He's an official. And I can probably put that it's recent times. So you need 3 pieces of information to find something in any of the archives. And I'm not sure if I have 3. Usually I have a location, but I don't have a location this time. It would have been faster just to walk to City Hall. I didn't realize how close I was. Alright, let's head inside and see what we can find out about this gentleman. If we can find anything out. Okay, so we have an official. 1800s. Occupation? Hey, Thomas Norton was born 1840 in London. Graduated from the University of Oxford in 1864. In 1869 started working at the Home Office as a secretary. In 1875 took a position as a military commissioner in India. Honoured by the Queen herself with the Order of the Bath in 1877. 1st of March 1878 was appointed as the British envoy in Cordona, with his own cabinet in the City Hall. Alrighty then. So this wants me to talk to someone. Where would I find the British envoy?
I'm
Ma'am?
curious, how did Mycroft recruit you? I doubt you're a field agent. I imagine you work with intelligence.
That's correct. Your brother noticed me when I tracked down a spy at the archives. That's how our cooperation began. And you? Did Mycroft force you into this?
Not at all. We simply have a mutual interest in someone. Or something.
Of course. A fruitful and willing collaboration, I'm sure.
Well,
That's
I'm
one way of
his
putting
younger
it.
brother. I have to accept the consequences of being a close relative of an official figure.
I suppose, in a way, we are colleagues, Mr. Holmes.
In the remotest way possible, Miss Oni.
Have you found anything helpful?
Can you not help me
Have
with
you found
this?
anything helpful?
Okay. What about this man? This gentleman over here looks like he's guarding something. Nope.
Is this familiar to you?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Aw. That's unfortunate. Wait, is there just an office here? Chief Archivist. Thomas Norton, British Envoy. Would you look at that? Hello, sir. How you doing?
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Alright, dude, what you got? No time to shave. Didn't sleep last night. Why last night specifically? Order of the bath, well worn, never removed. Stays at work late, rumpled clothes. Ooh, what's that? My goodness. Wine? Maybe. A red wine stain on the wrist and his unshaven face indicate a lazy attitude towards his duty. The order of the bath looks quite worn. The man is proud of it and never takes it off. Wrinkled clothes and red eyes may mean that he didn't return home last night. Instead of work, this man would rather lose himself in depravity and alcohol. Envoy is a partygoer. Or he's in remorse. The order of the bath looks quite worn. The man is proud of it and never takes it off. The red stain on his wrist indicates that he has recently drank wine. His clothes are wrinkled. He barely bothers to shave, and his red eyes indicate that he may suffer from insomnia or deep anxiety. It looks as if he lives within a nightmare, attempting to rid himself of his terrible memories or past mistakes. Is he remorseful or is he a partygoer? No time to shave, well-worn clothes never removed. I want to say that he's a partygoer. Just because of the horrible things he's done. I don't want to feel bad for him in any way, shape, or form. Whether he is remorseful or not.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
On my way here, I was wondering whether you might regret what you did. I tried my best to retain at least a shred of faith in humanity. I had hoped that you would hear her scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least once ask yourself how Naylor might feel.
Who?
Neither of my hopes were fulfilled.
Why are you here?
Oh, this is so tempting. Question is, am I going to have the chance to do it again in a second? Like if I talk to him about one of the other things first. Let's show him the photograph.
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper?
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we
Someone's been
talking about?
blackmailing him.
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it?
I don't think
You're
I
in
can
the
punch
clutches
him.
of justice, and very soon
I think
they
I
will
missed my
squeeze you.
opportunity.
It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, Where do we start?
Oh, I can't punch him. That's so sad. What happened at the
So,
party?
let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
Bad circumstance. My goodness.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
Okay, do you know Mercurio?
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio?
Well, him, yes. I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence.
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right.
Just tell me who it is that's blackmailing me.
A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
I feel like the blackmailer might be Vogel.
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt. Layla deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help
I mean,
the girl.
help the refugees as well.
I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
That's not all.
Oh, okay.
Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
What? He's putting up a poster. London, route to the Isle of Galanza. Past turbine steamer. Why? Why, John? Why are you putting this poster here? Is it because of something that you're covering? I'm not entirely sure what he's up to. I didn't find out about this. Can I talk to this man about this? Excuse me, do
Have you
know anything
decided
about
yet?
this? Interesting. Alright, what's going on in our Mind Palace? The envoy wants to hide the proof. The envoy's interest in the photograph is pragmatic. If he obtains it, nothing will threaten his reputation. And then Neela. All refugees are victims of the system. The situation they're in must and can be mended. Alright, well at least we don't have to choose who the bad guy is in this one. We know who it is. We just have to choose what we're gonna do. So, the envoy wants to secure his reputation. The British envoy violated Neela, the refugee, during the party. Were the photograph of the crime to be released, it would ruin his career. Or perhaps I could use that leverage to help the refugee camp. The envoy can be neither trusted nor forgiven for what he did. Humiliation and ostracization from an outraged Cordona are the least he deserves. Give the photograph to Vogel so he can make everything public. Or smaller evil for the greater good. Thomas Norton is a debaucher who has committed a terrible act. Even though he deserves to be brought to justice, I cannot overlook the opportunity to do greater good. Give the envoy the photograph in exchange for the refugees' legalization. This is a really tough decision. That feels very offensive, potentially, to some people. I need like a sexual assault warning, trigger warning on this. Because I think we're gonna go for the greater good. He does deserve to be punished, but also he was drugged doing it. Obviously does not excuse what he did. Horrible person. But also we can help an entire group of refugees. And putting him in prison now isn't going to help her anymore. And it doesn't seem like it's something he's going to do again. He's going to avoid doing anything that could come close to getting him in that situation again. By the sounds of what he said. Obviously he could just be completely lying to me. But overall, I think giving the refugees a home and helping her out now is going to be the best option. I never found out about the tattoo. I don't know if finding out about the tattoo would change anything. Maybe there is a potential other option. Because usually there's like, you have to choose things which way you think something happened, which results in you finding out or deciding who it is that you're going to convict. And then you get to choose if the person you've convicted is going to be punished or not. But none of these had any options. I didn't choose anything on any of these, so I think this is the only option. Finding out about the tattoo might have just given me a little bit more information about it. But I'm gonna go for the smaller evil for the greater good. Let's do it.
Have you thought it all through?
I feel terrible about it.
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh. I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Neela.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
You better. Voice for the people, always advocate for the refugees. Alright, we got a trophy. That makes me feel a little bit better about my decision. In terms of the game.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered
This is
anything
still just a
new
game.
about
Let's
the theft?
keep that clear. It's a game. Not
I've
real
brought
life.
news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes.
Real life, I may have
won't
made
shoot
a
the
different
messenger.
decision. The thief is dead.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
Your
I presume he
artist
wasn't
is
delighted
dead.
about the situation.
He
Not
was not
particularly.
having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
Unfortunately, I could not locate the missing painting.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, such disappointing news. Not even a shred of information? The slightest lead?
I'm afraid the case has gone cold.
I suppose if you were unable to find it, no one else could. What a pity. Oh, but I can tell. You learned something else, didn't you? What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important, after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well,
Sure, we can go with
now that
boring.
we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Oh, thanks.
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Will I?
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
A package from Vogel. Lovely. Let's head back to the house real quick and see what he has delivered for us. Move on from this case. Alright, let's head to there so we can catch the fast travel. Catch the fast travel? That's how I like to do it. I like catching a good fast travel. Head back to the house. And to see what our presents are. It's turning into an unboxing stream. Head home to unbox our gift. What you doing there, John? Just looking up at this box. Oh my. Ah! What? He sent me a mermaid skeleton. Okay.
What a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
That's concerning. More memories! Whoa. Tell me this was not in your house. What a creepy room. But also super
Did you just
cool.
remember something?
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to
Mycroft,
pursue the
I assume.
imaginary.
We haven't met him
I
yet.
had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft,
It is
what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
Mycroft,
It's
my
my
brother.
house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have
Too
no
bad.
interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare...
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything!
You realise I'm not 12 anymore.
I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man.
Seems like you don't think I'm a very fine and productive man.
You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
You think
But
I'm a
that's not the
child
end.
still.
Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona.
Yeah, I've met some
If
of
you
them.
weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
And, you know, that case that I just worked for you, and that other case that you asked me to help out on. And then I think there's like one other case that I'm helping you out with. I think you also came here for those. Alright, let's have a look for this room with all the curios in it. Find out what's going on in there. It's a very cool room, but it's a very creepy room to have, or to be in as a child, I would have thought. That's our bedroom over there, so it's not that one. That's not a room. This is our mum's bedroom. So where was the room with the curios? Maybe I still need to unlock a memory. Whoops, wrong button. Caught a glimpse of another memory. I remember examining bones, large and pale, and remember the reflections of the magnifying glass and my mother's voice. It's a room full of artifacts and curiosities. It must be somewhere on the manor's ground floor near a rather memorable painting. Of course I had to tag it. My apologies. Alright, here we go.
I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall.
This the creepy mermaid statue? Oh yeah.
It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
What?
Impossible. It must have been something else.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, of course. That mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine.
It is quite mortifying.
Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around too.
Who else was here? Said you remembered hearing mother's voice, so it's probably
It was my
his
mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
I inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was made of two different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
What?
And so it was time to smash
Mermaids
the thing.
aren't real?
Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened. I remember other people joined us.
Mycroft, presumably. Ooh, workers.
The workers took the artifact and placed it into the Cabinet of Curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that.
Petrovi. Curiouser and curiouser. I'm not entirely sure.
My mother's studio. She was an authenticator, and this was her Cabinet of Curiosities.
I
this
never
is
saw the
actually really
point.
cool.
What does it matter if some artifact is real or not? It still exists.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the mermaid got taken off the wheelie cart in the main foyer before it was returned to the wheelie cart. Seems like it should have just stayed on
One of
there
the
and
most
been brought into
ridiculous
here.
fakes I ever saw. Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable.
It's totally a polar bear. What are you talking about?
I remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for a
Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
Alright. What else have we got in this?
Oh, I
very
remember
unusual
these.
room?
We used them to spar together until Mycroft found out and forbade us from using real weapons.
Yeah, I wonder why. Alright, what have we got here?
So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep useful people at hand.
Ooh.
Reliable and driven. I recognize Mycroft's handwriting.
Reliable and driven, eh? Who's this?
Officer Luciano J. Placido.
Placido! We've already found him. Letter from the judge. Dear Mr. Holmes, please accept my deepest gratitude for your recent help with that personal matter. I shudder to think what may have happened were it not for your keen eye and sharp mind. Rest assured, should our paths cross once again, you will be greeted by a grateful friend. His Honor, Judge McDougal. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Okay, what else have we got? Can I open the drawer? Ooh, it
This
needs
drawer
a key.
was always closed. Only Mycroft knew how to open it.
Interesting.
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day. Oh, Sherry.
Maybe. There's this one.
Carefully opened. Carefully opened.
Okay, can I look at the actual letter though?
Dated 24th of April, 1869.
Mr. Mycroft Holmes, the Cordona City Hall writes to inform you that the trial of Dr. Otto Richter in the death of Mrs. Violet Holmes has been assigned to His Honor Judge McDougal. Your application for a closed hearing has been granted. You are hereby informed that the prosecution has called you as a primary witness in the trial of Dr. Richter. You must present yourself at the Criminal Court of Cordona on the dates listed overleaf. Wow. So, not only did my mother not die of tuberculosis, they are accusing, or Mycroft accused the doctor of killing her, I guess. That's wild. Oh man, there's so many things here. John asked if we can unlock Mycroft's drawer. We can certainly try. I would like to unlock that. Oop. Have a look at it. Early morning footsteps.
Ah, the memory comes back. We snuck about watching him.
He closed the drawer and went to the hall. We were like two shadows crawling behind him.
Went to the hall? Okay. Out we go, I guess. Oop. Oop. Where'd he go? Upstairs. Alright.
The painting on the wall was slightly at tilt. He stopped and straightened it.
And then did he suddenly not have the key anymore? Nope, he kept going. Okay. Must be in one of these drawers or something. No? In the fireplace. Log, crackle, fire. I like the words that show up.
Then he threw some logs into the fire and sat in his armchair to read.
I still feel like the key could be behind the painting.
It's as boring now as it was then. I'm sorry, Sherry, but I think that's it.
I would disagree with you.
John, we never use the fireplace in the mornings. What if...
Or it was in the fireplace. I guess it was in the fireplace. Fine.
A bit of juniper in the fireplace created a soothing atmosphere. It's the little things, isn't it? I think this is what we're looking for.
Excellent. What is in this locked drawer? What secrets are we about to unveil? Let's find out, shall we? It's a very exciting moment.
We made it. So what's there?
What is this?
Dossiers on the most influential people on Cordona. Mycroft always had a habit of building files on everyone he met.
That's pretty cool. Some fancy bottle.
Single malt whiskey. Mycroft's favourite.
Aged 10 years.
Gifted by Queen Victoria herself.
Oh my goodness. Half a bottle of fine single malt whiskey, Mycroft's favourite drink. We found it locked in the drawer of the desk in the curiosity cabinet, among a pile of important documents. Remarkably, it seems that the whiskey was a gift of Her Majesty Queen Victoria herself. That's wild.
Otto Richter.
That's the doctor. Oop, there we go.
This one is rather thick. Mycroft can be truly dogged in his research.
Especially when he's trying to convict him of murdering our mother. Otto Richter is 45 years old, born to a respected family in Bern, Switzerland. Unmarried, no heirs. Medical practitioner, graduated from the University of Geneva, Switzerland. Graduation was postponed a year due to a minor scandal on one of his placements. Parents died of cholera in 1863. Only remaining family is a half-brother, Klaus, aged 35. Present whereabouts of Klaus Richter unknown. Last seen on Cordona. Ooh. So what was that? Graduation was postponed a year due to a minor scandal on one of his placements. Interesting. Thought it might have frozen for a second there. Oh, it's so cool. It's a scuba suit.
1852, Bingley, West Yorkshire.
What happened in Bingley, West Yorkshire?
This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake.
Lovely.
Look, it's Roger. This jolly old man's well preserved. Even looks refreshed.
So wait, you're telling me...
I doubt he drew much interest at the auction.
That's for the best. I'd be upset if he fell into the wrong hands.
Not only are mermaids not real, but you're saying fairies aren't real as well?
I'm not sure I want to hear its horrifying inhuman howl again.
This game's so wrong. Right, something happened here, but I can't examine it for whatever reason.
The so-called mummy of a Persian princess. The defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man.
So many fake things they had in their house.
And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their helmets.
Vikings never had horns on their helmets. Maybe they just had real horns. A torn diploma found in the Cabinet of Curiosities. Someone deliberately ripped it into several pieces. Reassembled and translated, the diploma reads, on behalf of the board of the University of Geneva, Switzerland, we, rectors of the university, noting that Mr. Otto Richter has undergone the tests required by the laws and regulations, confer on him the degree of Doctor of Medicine with the rights and prerogatives so attached.
Clearly, it was deliberately torn. I wonder why someone would do that.
Someone. Probably Mycroft.
The Tulpa. Studies in Tibetan Mentalism.
Thought it might have been the Kama Sutra for a second.
An impressive number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject.
Okay, what else have we got here? Blank notepad. Mrs. Holmes is a patient of considerable interest and an ideal test subject to explore some of my theories. Oh no, he was doing experiments on her. I will attempt to repeatedly immerse her in the traumatic situation that precipitated her mental illness. It is my belief that reliving that moment may give her mind a chance to embrace what happened, accept it, and effectively cure itself. I'm confident in my hypothesis and merely need to prove it. In addition, it's fortuitous to be around the broader Holmes family. Perhaps I will be able to also examine the hereditary psychological traits, be they competencies or disorders. It is already apparent that all family members share an uncommonly high intelligence. It appears that the mother's condition has begun to affect the mind of the youngest boy, Sherlock. While I cannot conduct a proper medical examination due to the protectiveness of the elder son, it seems that the boy suffers ongoing hallucinations in the form of an imaginary friend, John. Okay. Letter from Otto's brother. My dear brother, I heard you recently arrived on Cordona. Have you come to see me? I do miss our evening conversations, even if we never agreed in our opinions. Cordona is home to a stunning new art gallery, which I visited every Thursday. Meet me there. Oh, and do not seek Klaus. I left that name behind. I think we already know Otto's brother. I think he might go by the name Vogel. Perhaps.
The full plate armour of Sir Robert Saunford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
Wait, that one's real?
Armour is armour, but look at his sword. Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade. Maybe you take it instead of your pistol.
I'm starting to remember something.
Accident in the Cabinet of Curiosities. Oh no. Make sure we've looked at everything first. Ooh, is this the Holy Grail?
Another fake Holy Grail. Its owner claimed to be the heir of King Arthur. Scarcely believable. He also insisted a deadly rabbit was hunting him.
I'm sorry. Was that a Monty Python reference? Oh dear, this game.
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1, by Wallace Dioram.
Oh, Mycroft. He always acts so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
John, if I remember correctly, you couldn't put this book down.
Alrighty. I think that's everything now that I've looked at. What's John had to say? Oh, it's just the memories. He's got a memory and an item. That's fine. Memories in the manor. And the Cabinet of Curiosities is open. I can proceed with my investigations. Did all this. This is the one we need. Suspicious psychiatrist. Mycroft did not like the methods of Dr. Otto Richter and did not trust him. Alright, what is going on in my casebook that I've missed? I don't like when things have exclamation points. Go away. Okay, so... what's going on here? It's not pinned correctly. There we go. Decided to play in the Cabinet of Curiosities. Also, like this light. How cool is that? Okay, here we go. Here is our starting point.
I used this ladder to look at the top shelf, right? On the day of Mother's breakdown upstairs.
Right you are, Sherry.
What was on the top shelf? Why did you have to go to the top? Where is the next point of interest here? Here we go. The mermaid.
We heard a noise. I can't recall of exactly what. And we didn't have a great view from behind the statue.
Okay. So do we need to come back here to find Sherlock, or we go further in to find whatever it was that they couldn't see?
The books and papers from the table somehow ended up on the floor.
Somehow.
It's coming to the surface. I feel it.
Very mysterious. Okay. as our recreation. Let's find out what really happened that day. Alright. We're gonna start over here, because we should be able to work this one out. It's them with the artifact, okay. Don't know about that. That seems more likely. Let's be honest. That involves the ladder as well. There's two of them listening. They came out with their swords, maybe. Maybe. You never know with these two. This knight's coming at them. Mycroft and Richter having a fight. Alright. This seems like the most likely course of action here.
You're not even trying, Sherry.
Alright.
Concentrate.
Let's say that they didn't throw things around up here. They just looked at something on the desk. There we go.
Come on, Sherry. Let's go outside. Wait. Did you hear that?
Is that the
Come here,
same
Sherry.
voice actor who plays
You call
John
this progress?
putting on a
Charlatan,
kid's
amateur.
voice?
I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
So there was a quarrel between them.
It really sounded like it was just the same actor putting on a kid's voice. Oh my god, that's so good. John is the star of this game. No one can tell me otherwise. No one could convince me otherwise. Okay, the curious conversation. It all happened shortly after the incident in Violet's room on April 9th. Sherry decided to play with artifacts in the Cabinet of Curiosities. And of course I went with him. As a result, we became unintentional witnesses to an argument between Mycroft and Otto Richter. Sherlock's brother was angry. He was sure that Dr. Richter had done something dubious to their mother, and that it had backfired. He called Otto a charlatan.
I heard a noise in the hall. Let's check it out.
A real noise in the hall, or a noise in the hall that
Mother
day?
said this was among the hunting trophies of a Scottish Viscount.
Oh, it's got fangs.
So he tried to persuade everyone that his forest was inhabited by these beasts. It would have been thrilling if it were actually true. Sherry, look! We've got a parcel here.
My.
Hurry up and let's see what's inside.
What is this? Invitation from Vogel. Dear Mr. Holmes, I am waiting for you at Kurt Mencios's mansion on Turquoise Lane across from Cordona Abbey in northern Grand Surrey. Come at once. If inconvenient, come anyway. Always your friend, VB. P.S. I sent you the appropriate outfit for this place to avoid any unnecessary complications.
An invitation that comes with a mask. We can't miss this, Sherry.
Alright. Let's see what clothing we just got given. Prince of Darkness. Turn heads before cracking skulls. And the face mask. A normal mask for normal people. Totally normal. The memory of a call between Mycroft and the doctor was ominous. I am scared about what we might learn next. And the curious conversation. A mother's love. Don't think I can do any of these. I think I already checked that. I did. Alright, well. That's gonna be it for me today. We had a pretty heavy quest in there. So, yeah, I'm gonna finish up there. We're gonna start fresh and hopefully a little bit lighter next week. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you to you, Jinx and Lem. Thank you for coming and hanging out, having a little chat. If anyone else stopped by, thank you for stopping by. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm not sure if I'm streaming Monday afternoon, evening yet. I don't know what I'm streaming if I am. I will probably check with Eldarwin and see if she's going to be around, because that may influence what I play. And then yeah, Tuesday should be The Witcher, Wednesday will be Assassin's Creed, and then Friday will be The Witcher again. think that's right. I can't remember my own schedule. We'll see how long this goes on for. I'm streaming a whole bunch extra at the moment because I don't have any work right now. So as soon as I find work that will be cut back again, hopefully I'll be able to find something else that's 4 days a week, but it'll probably be 5 days a week and I'll probably only stream a couple days a week. Which is unfortunate, because I finally got around to increasing to streaming 3 days a week. And now we're going to go back to 2. But that's fine. We'll sort it out. It's all good. Anyway, thank you to everyone who came and hung out. And yeah, that's about it. I will catch you next time. Goodbye.